Hello. So welcome to the course of the 5 elements of nature. I'm Eyal Shifroni, and here in Bar Greenberg is helping me with demonstration. So I just give a short introduction to the elements, and you can read more about it in my blog or in other resources. According to yoga, the material world is composed of 5 elements, which are earth, water, wind or air, fire, and space. Initially, when we think about it, that everything is made out of earth and water and so on, it may look like, primitive way, but actually it is very much parallel to the modern physics. If we think about earth as solid, water as liquid, air as gas, fire as energy, and space as space. Okay, so these are the concepts. So earth actually represents solidity, stability, groundness, okay, everything that we get from the earth. The earth gives us support. So, if there is earthquake, it's one of the most frightening things because the support that we usually rely on is shaking. So today we'll emphasize more on the earth, and in the other classes, we have 5 classes, second classes, I'll talk a little bit more about water. So in the practice of earth element, we want to connect to the bones, because the bones are the most rigid or solid part of the body, and they also give the shape. The skeleton gives the shape for the body, and the earth also gives us shape. So this kind of practice of earth element will try to reach the bones, have more sensitivity in the bones, and also makes the bones stronger, which is also very important for our health. Because the bone, we can strengthen the bones. We all know how to strengthen the muscles, right? We just work on the muscle to strengthen them. But how to strengthen the bones? Did you ever think about it? So there are actually 2 ways. One is to take load on the bones. If you take load, the bone builds itself, because the bone is a live tissue. So it all the time generates itself. And so this is one way. And the second way is to bring more circulation to the bones. So we do it in yoga postures, and also when we work with bringing the muscles close to the bones, which we call compactness. We make the body compact, we bring muscles close to the bone, we bring also circulation to the bones. And this is how we make the bones stronger. So this is the practice of today. Okay, so we'll already start in this sitting to create compactness in the pelvis. So you take 2 belts, okay? I hope you have 2 belts next to you. We also need access to the wall and some blankets and maybe bolster. Okay, so you take 1 belt over your head, put it on your sacrum, pelvis, and then you slightly lift the knee, okay, and tighten the belt. And then you just release the knee, so the belt stretches. And it moves the femur bone, the thigh bone, into the socket. And then we do it on the other, for the other knee, over your head. Take it as low as possible on your sacrum. And then slightly lift the knee, tighten the belt. And then when you allow the knees to descend, you feel that the pose is held with more compactness. I hope you feel it, yes? If not, tighten the belts slightly more. So already we feel more grounded, okay? So the grounding is from the buttock bones and the pelvis, and the femur heads are going deep into the sockets. All right, so Sit upright, roll your shoulders back, extend your spine up with the inhalations, and with open eyes, look forward and soften your eyes as if you want to look at the space of the skull. The moment you direct your gaze into the skull, do you feel how the eyes become soft, flat, and then you can close them. Drop the eyelids and allow them to go until they are resting. Release them until they are resting on the lower lids. Then join your hands in front of your chest. See that there is no tension, extra tension in the body. You just need to hold the spine stable. But you can release your shoulders, you can release the upper arms, you can release your groins, and especially release the skin of your face, and the eyes, and the jaws. Allow the eyes to go inside, observe into the center of your chest. Open yourself from the center of your chest. And then we chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale, make sure your chest is still lifted, and exhale, head down, look inside, bow the head deeply, and surrender the brain to the seat of the heart with gratitude. Offer your gratitude to the tradition of yoga. Release your hands, slowly lift your head and gently open your eyes. Okay, so I hope you already had some experience of stability and compactness, earth element, and sensation, sensitivity in the bones. And we continue in Uttanasana. Okay, so spread your legs to hip width apart. First, just have a look how to organize yourself in Uttanasana. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other, and then we just take one foot and try to open the sole of the foot. Okay, so take your right foot and open it. Spread your toes, extend the toe mounts, and then lift your heel, extend the heel back, and stamp it such that the outer heel is going down. Outer heel and inner heel together. And then you stand in Tadasana. And observe the feeling. Okay? So we'll do it then on the other leg. The same way. Okay? So now you do together with bar. Face the... Okay. Okay, so we need to spread the toes. We need to have firm foundation and a good grounding. So go down and we'll just, because we want to compare, we'll just do one leg. So just take your right foot, extend it, widen it, spread the toes. Then lift the heel and extend the skin of the heel back. And when you place the heel, make sure that you press evenly the outer and inner parts of the heel, and then stand up in Tadasana. So how do you feel the difference between the legs? Do you feel that the right leg is more grounded? And not only that, maybe you have more access to the bone. of that leg than the other leg. Okay? So just make a mental note. And we continue in the other leg. Yes, so pull the toes forward, spread them, open the skin at the toe mounds, and then the heel, extend the heel back and stamp it down, and again stand up. So now it should be more even, more samastiti, which is another name of Tadasana. Tadasana means the mountain pose, samastiti is the even pose. So now you should feel more even. Okay, and then we go to Uttanasana. So I'll just show you first. In Uttanasana, we'll take maximum load on the bones, also in Tadasana, if they are vertical, completely vertical. Like if we stand like this in Tadasana or like that, there's not the same load on the bone, we have to hold it from the muscles. So we just, after, spreading again the feet, slightly go back, shift the weight to the heels, go forward, and then like a pendulum that slowly you try to find the center. Okay, once you feel that the legs are vertical, then you can release down and tighten the muscles to the bones. Okay, so let's do it together. Spread your legs again, Uttanasana. Down. So support yourself on your fingers. If you don't reach the floor, you take blocks or you take some support, so you can have some support from your hands. And then you go a little bit, tilt back to the heels, shift weight on the heels, and then forward. Then you can rock like this a few times, making each time a little bit smaller. So slowly you find the center where you feel that the legs are really vertical. Often people in Uttanasana stand more on the heels, so the buttock bones are too much back. So try to roll the buttock bone forward. And in order not to really fall forward, move the front thighs and the knees back. So once you're vertical, you feel that the legs are active. And you lift your kneecaps, and you lift the thigh muscles and bring them close to the bones. Suck the muscles of the thighs closer to the bones. This will make the bones strong. Okay, so this is find the verticality. There is another way you can do it, okay, inhale, come up, is use the wall. The wall should be vertical. So you stand a little bit away from the wall, because if you're already touching the wall, it will be difficult to go down. So you stand a little bit away from the wall. And then you go down and you go back. Okay, and now try to stay here. Okay. So if you fall forward, it means that usually you stand a little bit like this, and wall pushes you forward and you roll forward. Okay, so you need to activate your thighs in order to keep you upright and not to fall. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so stand just, a few centimeters, a few inches away from the wall and lean on the wall, and then go down and step back. And then try to stabilize yourself without using your hands. Use your legs. Okay, move the knees back, move the thighs back. You see the legs become active in order to hold yourself like this. And now you can be sure that the legs, or especially the back parts of the legs, are vertical. Buttock bones just above your heel bones. Okay, and then you can pull yourself down gently with the exhalation. Relax your belly, relax your throat, relax your eyes. And especially release the back of the neck, so the head is heavy, hanging, pulling the spine down. Okay, come up. So we take a little bit time for Uttanasana because we can learn a way to make the bones strong and the body more compact. Okay, so we use a belt. I don't know if this is long enough. If you have long legs, you'll need... Yes, so I'll take a longer belt. Okay, and you take it like this so you can tighten it by pulling down. Okay, and I step my heels on the loop. Okay, it's a little bit too short. Okay, and place it on your sacrum. Okay, on the heels, from the heels, so you connect the heels with the sacrum. Okay, and then with bent knees, you can adjust the belt. And then when you straighten, the belt should be very tight. Okay, so then you'll have it compact. Okay, you feel the bones of the legs. Okay, so I hope you have a long enough belt. If not, you can connect two regular belts. Just open them and connect one open edge to the buckle and the other open edge to the other buckle. Okay, and put it on your heels because the heels are the bony part. And also, the sacrum, the pelvis region, is very bony. A lot of bones there, the bone mass. And the sacrum is one of the hardest bones in the body. So we want to have the connection between the bones and the heel, or specifically the calcaneus bone, which is also a very strong bone. Okay, so with the legs slightly bent, adjust the belt, and then when you straighten your legs, open the back of your knees, you should feel resistance of the belt. And if the belt slides forward, bend your knees and move it slightly back until it is held on the sacrum. Yeah, a little bit maybe back in bar, bend your knees, take it a little bit back. Yeah, okay, so it should also come close, when you straighten your legs, it should come close to your hip joints. Yeah, that's it. Do you feel compactness now? Okay. So the belt gives the load. You can also hang a weight, like 10 kilograms or so, but having the belt does it, because the resistance of the belt makes everything compact and strong. And we'll continue to use the belt. Now you can also step slightly forward, try to go a little bit to Adho Mukha Svanasana, not very far, but a little bit forward, and still maintain this compactness from heels to sacrum, so you feel your legs strong. Okay. And then in the pose itself, stay in the pose, just release the belt from the heels, one heel at a time, release. And see, can you keep this same feeling, same sensation of the legs? Can you keep the legs strong now? With the bones compact, heels down, and as if somebody is pushing now your sacrum to your heels, okay? Or to in between your heels. Okay? So you feel the legs become heavy. Okay, so now you can go back with your hands. So use the prop to learn something, then we have to try to do it without the prop. Okay? This way of using the prop to learn something about the asanas. Not because we cannot do, we can all do Uttanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, but with the belt we learn something. Okay, and we continue with some standing poses. But before that, maybe we can go to think about a little bit of the bones of the arms. Okay? So, Vasishta Asana is the pose which is a little bit challenging. I'll just show it for those who doesn't know. Yeah, so this is Vasishta Asana. Actually, the final pose is lifting the legs. But I don't want you to go into this now. I want you to do it against the wall. So you spread the arms sideways, and then you lean. Okay, and this hand you can put like this. Okay, so maybe I'll just show it here so you can see from the side. I keep my arms vertical to my body. Okay, a little bit away from the wall, and then I go here. Now I slightly bend the elbow, roll it in, and straighten it, push the wall, and move the chest away from the wall. Okay, but the entire area of the palm, including the base of the palm, should press against the wall. Okay? So let's do it. Feel a little bit the arms before, and then we try to stand on the arms in full arm balance. So you stand such that when you spread your arms, your hand is about 10 to 15 centimeters or like 5 inches away from the wall, and you keep your arms vertical to your body. So it will not be vertical to the wall. Okay? Okay, and then you go lean yourself sideways. Okay, because in Vasishta, the arms are vertical to the body, not to the floor. And here, not to the wall. Okay? Then bend, you can, left hand you can put on the pelvis, and bend slightly the elbow, roll it forward to roll the deltoid muscle, the shoulder back, and then push the wall. So you push the wall not to be heavy on the wall, but to move your chest away from the wall. Okay, so roll the chest to your left. Shoulder blades goes in. Tighten, especially the triceps muscle, close to the bone, to the humerus, the upper arm bone. Yeah, so make it very compact. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes these muscles become loose, and then it like flap. When you say goodbye, it moves like a curtain. Okay, so we want to suck it close to the bone. Okay, good. And then Tadasana, just again, before we do the other side, we want to compare to see what did we learn from this. What is the feeling in your right arm, the arm that you used to lean on the wall, compared to the other one? Okay, then turn around. Again, check that you're at the same distance from the wall. And when you tilt your body, don't lift your hand, keep the arm vertical to your spine. Then bend slightly the elbow, roll it forward, roll the shoulder back, move the shoulder blade in, deltoid muscle should go down. And then you squeeze the elbow. Move the outer elbow in until the arm is absolutely straight. Spread your fingers well and see that the skin of the palm is touching, is full contact with the wall. Okay? And you push the wall in order to move your chest away from the wall and turn it also sideways. If you do now on the left, and you turn it to the right. So it's a little bit like the arms of Uttita Trikonasana. Okay. And then release and stand in Tadasana again and just observe now the arms. So we put some load on the arms to make the bone again stronger. Of course, you have to do it every day, and especially the arms are very important because the legs, we carry load on the legs because we need to walk at least minimum from the parking to the office or to the home. But the arms, regular adults, not yogis, they never take load on the arms, and then they become weak. So we go to full arm balance or Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. Okay, so you place again, you need to open and spread the skin of your palm from center sideways and spread your fingers. Okay, and then you go up and you slide your heels. You see how I slide my heels on the wall. I want to bring my elbows close to the wall, but at the same time the shoulder blades away from the wall. Both actions at the same time. Okay? And then you come down, stay in Uttanasana a little bit, and then go up again, jumping in your other leg. Okay, so let's do now together. So you place your palms, middle finger pointing forward to the wall, hands about shoulder width apart, and about 10 centimeters or 4 inches away from the wall. And get ready. And then the leg that you are using, it should be absolutely straight because use it as a leverage to kick up. So you kick up. Okay? And then straighten, slide your heels up, make yourself tall, open your armpits. Elbows should lift to the wall, but the shoulder blades in the same time resisting. They want to go away from the wall. If you do these 2 actions, the arms become strong. So you should do these 2 actions simultaneously. Breathe, relax your neck, relax your throat, relax your eyes, don't have any unnecessary tension in the pose. Slide your heels to lift your buttocks. Okay, then come down, stay in Uttanasana. Okay, so feel your arms, allow them to relax a little bit before doing on the other side. If you don't remember in which leg you used to kick up, then you just try without thinking. It will be the same leg. And then you do the other, if possible, okay? So let's do second time. And use the other leg to kick up. It should be straight because you use it as a leverage to kick you up. Okay? And then again, slide your heels, stretch your legs up to lift the buttocks up, and elbows lift from here, from the base of the palm. Lift the elbows and move them to the wall, but resist with the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades, they want to go away from the wall. So you open your armpits and you become taller. Yes, and the weight on the hand should be spread evenly between the base of the palm and the toe mounds and the tip of the fingers. Okay, then come down. And release yourself in Uttanasana. And we're going to do 3 standing poses. So for Trikonasana, I want to slide. So I'll move this away. Okay. And I want to put a belt from the heel of the left leg or the back leg. Okay. I do mirror image, but you'll do your right leg. So it should be on the heel itself. Okay, and then the buckle is here, so you can tighten it. Okay, so then I tighten it. And then when I go to the pose, the belt releases slightly. So what I do, I move the heel back. So maybe I need to tighten it a little bit more. So you can arrange yourself already with the belt. Okay, so it should be very tight here, but when you go down, you need to slide it back. Okay, so you start maybe a little bit narrow stance, but then you increase it. Okay, so this is the way you connect again the heel with the groin here and make the leg more compact. And then, okay, you release it and see if you can ground the back foot without the belt. Okay, let's do it together. So I move the sticky mat because I want to slide the heel, the left heel back. So you put it on your left heel, on your right groin. And with a little bit narrow stance for Uttita Trikonasana, you tighten the belt, because we know that when we tilt the pelvis, the belt will be released slightly. So tighten it well. Okay, stretch your arms, inhale, exhale, go down. So when you go down, this becomes deeper, so you need to slide the heel. left heel away until you feel the belt is very stretched. Okay, if it's not stretched, you can again adjust it. Okay. Make it shorter if necessary. And once you slide your heel, you should feel the connection between this action and the heel. Okay, and the entire pose, I hope you feel grounded, because the back foot is the Guruji Iyengar said the back foot is the brain of the standing poses. It should be very stable, and especially the heel. And the belt connects between the two legs and gives a strong foundation for the pose. Inhale and exhale in the pose. Extend your spine to the head side. Okay, and then if possible, turn your chest, and then you can turn your head and look up. Okay, and then inhale, come up. And then onto the other side. Okay, so on the other side, I'll join on down. Move also the sticky mat. You do in the front, I'll do behind you. On the other side, you put on your right heel. And the buckle should be accessible to you. You should learn a little bit how to use these props. Become efficient in this. This is part of what we learn in Iyengar Yoga. Okay, so tighten the belt. Make sure that the left heel is in line with your right foot. Lift your kneecaps, make your legs strong, stretch your arm, inhale, go down. When you go down, slide your right heel, and maybe you'll need to tighten the belt more. And slide the right heel, okay, and you're in the pose. Okay. So you should feel the connection between the right heel and the left groin, and what freedom it gives to you when the legs are strong and the legs are stabilized in this way. Okay, so see how can you move your tailbone in and extend your spine from the tailbone to the head side, and then turn the chest, move the left shoulder blade in, and if possible look up. But if you didn't turn the chest enough, don't turn the head, because it will just only give you a pain in the neck. Inhale, come up. And then go to Tadasana. Inhale and exhale in Tadasana. Feel already more awareness, more sensitivity in the bones of the leg. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more challenging pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Let's do together. We all do together. So, because you have already your belt ready. Okay, so the lifted leg now in Ardha Chandra should also be very strong, although it's in the air. So we put on the heel of the lifted leg, left leg, and then we go to the pose and stretch. Well, because usually you have to push against the air, the leg. Okay? Now you can push against the resistance of the belt. And again, if you need to tighten the belt, you may do so. Okay? So feel how this leg becomes active. Okay? Yeah, and the foot also becomes active. Now, can you keep this leg stretched, active without the belt? Just bend the leg, release the belt. If you have good balance. If not, you can do it with your back to the wall. You can also use a block for your hand. There are many ways to do it. Okay, and then come down. And on the other side, and put it on your right heel. Now you should have the measurement of the belt. Okay. So you just bend your leg Make sure it's on the heel itself. And you bend your left leg, okay, and go into the pose, straighten against the belt. Right. It also moves the thigh back, which is another point of this pose. Okay, and see how the leg is made to be active. You open the sole of the foot, the arch of the foot, of the lifted leg, of the right leg, and move the head of the femur bone in. Okay, and then this bone, hip bone, you roll it back. Okay, you lift it and you roll it back this way. So the lifted buttock, the right buttock, is rolling to the left buttock. And the left buttock is going in, forward. Okay, and then release the belt. Balanced problem, use the wall. It's the simplest, easiest way to just do it with your back against the wall. Okay, then come down. Yeah. Go to Trikonasana and inhale, come up. Tadasana. Okay, we're going to do Virabhadasana 2. And this time the belt will be from the knee to the back heel, and you really need a long belt. So I hope you do have, and if not, you can always connect two belts, because here we want to make a square. So you see the belt is not enough, I have to extend it. Okay, so I can release the buttock down. Still a little bit more. Okay. So it's also nice to do it because you have the resistance here from the head of the shin bone. And it connects the two legs, so it holds when the weight is also remains on the back leg. Okay, so let's do it together. Put on your left heel. You need to extend the belt pretty much. Until you can make a square on your right knee. Yeah, you need to extend a little bit more. I think you need the entire belt. And also here, it's better to be really on the heel. Okay. Until you really sit on your right buttock bone. Yeah, a little bit more. Make a square. Yeah, okay. Even a little bit more, sorry. Yeah, slide your left heel away. And descend. Okay. Now, lift your chest, stretch your arms. So the chest should remain just above your pelvis. Tailbone goes in so you can lift from the lower belly, chest, and stretch your arms sideways, and then you can look to your right. But especially feel your legs. Feel that you have a lot of weight on the left foot. And this is important in standing poses, especially in the Virabhadasana poses. Virabhadasana 1 and 2, it's difficult to keep the weight on the back leg. Okay? And also this shin bone becomes against the resistance. Now can you release the belt and stay in the pose? Yes. See the difference. Again, connect the two legs. The action of this foot with the action of that foot. So this foot should press down, not to be heavy, but to lift here, to move this here, and to take the energy to the back foot. And then come up. Okay, there's differences between the front leg and the back leg. In the front leg, you want to push the foot down, not to be heavy, but to lift. To lift the muscle, to lift the energy in order to move it to the back leg. The other side. Okay, so yoga is not only physical and anatomical, but it's a lot of movement inside the body. So this is a nice way to stay a little bit more in Virabhadrasana too and get a nice stretch of the legs. Yeah, so descend your buttock until you have a square knee. Okay, knee should roll out, left knee, right thigh should move back, chest up, stretch your arms, especially stretch your right arm, okay? And then when you look to the left, mentally you still look at your back arm, right arm. Inhale and exhale a few times. Just have the experience of the pose and then release the belt. And if possible, stay a few more seconds just to have the difference. And then come up. Good. Last pose. Maybe you can continue. Prasarita Padottanasana. Put it on the heels, 2 heels. And if you need to adjust the belt, of course you can do so. So it should be, the stance will be big enough for Prasarita. Okay, so yeah, okay, put your hands on your pelvis, roll your shoulders back, look up, make your back concave, shoulder blades down and in, and then you go forward until your trunk becomes parallel to the floor. Okay, and then hands down. Inhale, extend the front of your spine, the front of your body, chin forward, look forward, and then you go down and bring the top of your head. Okay, so now you can push against the belt, and the belt connects again the 2 legs and give this compactness. Okay, so today we work on compactness, on solidity, stability, strength, especially of the legs, but we also did the arms. Okay, as our tradition, now try to stay in the pose and just release the belt and see what happens. Can you maintain the feet stable? You need to press the outer feet now strongly because there's no belt to hold the outer feet. And pressing the outer feet, lift the inner legs. Extend, widen and lift the inner triangle that is between your legs. You have a symmetrical triangle, but make it larger in all dimensions. Okay, then come up. Okay, the remaining poses, we're going to use 2 belts to embrace the thighs and the lower legs, the shins. And we're going to do Dandasana, Paschimottanasana, Shirshasana, and Sarvangasana. Okay, so let's prepare a platform for Sarvangasana because once we tie the legs together, it will be more difficult to move. So you need to have a platform of about 5 centimeters. Here we use 5 blankets, but it depends on the type of blankets you have, and you need to use a belt. So you need actually 3 belts, but they could be regular belts. 1 blanket we just spread, so we have some padding for the head, and then we put the platform from 5 other blankets. How much you have? 3? Okay, once you have the platform ready, we're going to tighten the belts around the mid-thighs, more or less. Okay, maybe you can do also in bar. 1 belt here. The other belt can go in the other direction, on the center of the calves. You know, here sometimes there is some bulging here, so you want to put the belt on this where it is protruding slightly out, to take it in, so to make from the two legs one strong, compact leg. Okay? So with the knees slightly bent, move the knees together, tighten it well, and then tighten also this. And then when you go to Tadasana, you feel you have one strong leg. And the same experience of this compactness of the legs you want to have also in Dandasana. Okay, so you do it in Dandasana. We will not stay long in Dandasana, but just feel your legs and then go to Uttanasana. You will not stay long. And then you go to Shavasana, you take one blanket, go up to Shavasana for a few minutes, continue to Sarvangasana. Okay, so you do everything with the two belts. Okay, so of course if you are in period today, or if there's any other issue like high blood pressure, some problems in the circulation, in the heart, in the brain, in the eyes, in the ears, then you will not do the inverted poses, and there will be shown alternatives for these conditions. Especially period is very common, and in period we should not go upside down. Okay, so now we all sit in Dandasana. Extend the back of your legs, move the heels away. Did you stand in Tadasana also? Because, you should start in Tadasana, because in Tadasana you feel bend your knees slightly and tighten the belts really well. Because you want, when you stand in Tadasana, to feel that you have one strong leg. You make the two legs to be one strong leg. So you ground yourself, you become very stable. Of course, it's not a good, great idea to walk like this, but for standing, it's nice. Okay, then you sit in Dandasana. So you stretch your legs forward. Okay, have support with your hands or fingertips, and lift your chest. Move the chest forward. Make your back more concave. Chest up, thighs heavy. And feel what is the compactness now, what does it give to the pose. Okay, we will not have time to release the belts and to compare, but you can do it later on your own or some other day. Okay, from here, Urdhva Hasta, extend your arms up, inhale, go forward, Urdhva Mukha stage, you look up, you make your back concave. Yeah, chin up, sternum up, and then you go forward, as if jumping forward with your head into the pool. Okay, and legs are strong, so you can use them, you can pull against your legs and extend your spine forward and flatten your back as you exhale. Come close to your legs, head down. If you need support, of course, you can take a bolster or blanket to support your forehead. Okay. We're not going to stay long. Just we want to feel this compactness and compare it with some different poses. A sitting pose, Dandasana, forward bend, and now we go to inverted poses. Okay, so we go to Shirshasana. You can bend your legs, but you have to keep them together, obviously. Okay, so take one blanket that you need for Shirshasana. And again, if you are in period or you have any other condition, you'll be able to see on the screen how to do Viparita Dandasana now. Viparita Dandasana is a good substitute for Shirshasana because it has quite similar effects, but it is not inverted. Okay. So, if you need a blanket to support your head, like Inbar is doing, This is, as I explained before in the other classes, this is if you have long upper arm. If your upper arm are longer than your neck and head, then you need to fill this gap. If they're not longer than your neck and head, you don't need it. You just need some padding. Okay, you can bend your knees. Bend your knees. Lift your knees. Lift your knees high. Move them back. Move the buttocks in. And then extend your legs up. Yeah, okay. And yeah. Okay. Press strongly on your forearms. You should feel now the ulna bone. This bone is called ulna. In the forearm there are two bones. So in Shavasana we cut down the ulna bone, and you should press the entire bone from the elbow till the wrist and till the little finger. Okay? Press it all to lift your shoulders. Lift your shoulder blades with the trapezius muscle, and stretch your legs, the back of your legs especially, to lift the buttocks. Look forward. Breathe quietly, smoothly, soft eyes. So see that you have enough space. There is no compression on your neck, no compression on your ears or eyes. And the breath is flowing without suspension. We stay like 2 more minutes. If you want to stay more, you can stay more and then come down and rewind the video. Now keep your eyes soft, looking forward. Maintain the head centered. See that you're pressing evenly the 2 elbows, 2 forearms, and lifting evenly the 2 shoulders. Have your chest wide, collarbones wide. When you lift the deltoid muscles, this muscle, deltoid muscle of the shoulder, and shoulder blades forward, you open your armpits. The armpits should be exposed forward. And you move your tailbone in, you suck your anal mouth and tailbone in. Okay, and lift from calf muscles to the heels. Okay? Thighs going back, heels are going up and forward until the legs are perpendicular. 1 more minute to go. So see the effect of having the legs, having 1 leg instead of 2, 1 strong leg. So is the pose more stable than usually? Can you extend more than usually? So when we do without the belts, try to create this compactness by tightening in the outer thighs and outer hips, okay, and keeping the legs together. Sometimes we can spread the legs to have more width and to move the tailbone better in, but then finally, if we want to get good extension and good lift in the pose, it's better to tighten the legs together. Okay, and slowly come down. And stay in Adho Mukha Virasana. Head down. Okay, so last pose will be Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. And this is also, of course, inverted pose. So if you're in period or if you have any other condition that I mentioned, especially high blood pressure, then you do instead Setu Bandha. So Setu Bandha Sarvangasana on a bolster. You'll be able to see it on the screen, how to do it if you don't remember. And for Sarvangasana, you lie on your platform. Okay, and you see that check that you place yourself correctly on the platform, or you need to touch and see that you are slightly in. It's about 1 inch or 2-3 centimeters. The shoulders are inside. Okay? And then you go to Halasana. So you have the third belt adjusted to your shoulder width. And then you go to Halasana. And adjust yourself on the top of your shoulders. So you need to roll the outer shoulder in. Okay, so this outer shoulder should go down and in this way. And the other side also. And you lift your upper back, lift your shoulder blades, and lift your thighs. Okay, then you support your hands. Okay, as low as possible, as close as possible to your upper back. Yeah, it's good to remove the t-shirt from the back so you can lift the skin. So if possible, you can remove the t-shirt, lift your skin, and then come up again. You need to come up 2 legs, but bend the knees, lift the knees. Yeah, move them slightly back so the buttocks you tighten in, and then straighten the legs and stretch them up. Okay, so see that you're on your shoulders, not on the neck. Most of the weight should be on the shoulders and upper arms. So press the shoulders down evenly, the 2 shoulders, so you're not so much on the neck, and you can release your throat. You can soften your eyes. You can even close your eyes in this pose, because it's a more in pose that you go inward. Yes, you go into yourself. It is a more relaxing and quietening and cooling. So it's complementary to Shirshasana, which is more active, more hitting, invigorating. Okay, so stay with the breath flowing. Breathe deeply, slowly. Relax the skin of your face. Relax your throat again and again. So again, we'll not have much time to stay in this pose. But if you really want to stay longer, you can do so. And join us later for Shavasana. You only stay 2 more minutes. See that you're keeping your mid buttocks tighten, tailbone in, and thighs back, front thighs. So you're making yourself upright, straight. Tendency usually, the legs are going forward, and then you close here in the front of the groins. So you need to see the buttocks in and thighs back. Okay, so this way you also shift weight to the elbows. And then pressing the elbows, you can lift more your upper back. To learn the differences, the quality of this pose compared to Shirshasana. You should know not only the technical or anatomical details of the poses, but also the energy and the ambience that each pose is inducing. What are the mental effects of being in Shirshasana versus being in Sarvangasana? Okay, and slowly go to Halasana. Interlock your fingers and stretch your arms back and press them down. Press the arms and elbows down. Lift your thighs. Be on your tips of the toes, close to your nails, so you get maximum height on your legs. So you're able to breathe also in this pose. Okay, and then bend your legs and go down. Once your back is down, you slide to your heel, to your head side, until your shoulders are down, not more than this. Okay, so we want still to have like a light or mild Setubandha Sarvangasana. So we want the chest still to be supported on the platform, but the shoulders and the back of the head are down, releasing, and also the arms. When you stay like this. Okay, never go up immediately after inverted pose. When you come down from Shavasana, you stay in Adho Mukha Virasana for a while. When you come back from Sarvangasana, it's good to be in Setubandha Sarvangasana. Okay, and then we are getting close to the end. So, release the belts for Shavasana. Shavasana has some earth element, but it also has space element, because you want to spread your body, to release it. You don't want to keep the compactness in Shavasana. It's the opposite. You allow the muscles to spread. Okay, so usually you don't like to have the belts tighten. You want the limbs to extend, the body to spread. Okay, so just use a blanket for your head, back of your head and back of your neck, and lie down. Right. For Shavasana, arrange yourself with bent knees. Adjust your shoulders, shoulder blades. Okay. Once the shoulders are moving down, adjust the blanket also. Okay, then move the back of the head away and place the head in the center. And then place your elbows symmetrically and the hands. Now slide your heels away. Here it's good to have the friction of the sticky. And then once the legs are straightened, you just release them and allow the feet to roll from inside out. And also the hands rolling from inside out. And then with each exhalation, you make your body softer. You exhale and surrender more and more to gravity. So keep observing the body from inside. Maintain the inner contact of the mind with the body and with the breath. And each exhalation, let go. Each exhalation, let loose everywhere. Feel the weight of the body is supported completely on the earth, on Mother Earth. So I said in Shavasana also there is earth element. You want to be connected to the earth. You want to feel heavy. But there's also space element because you want to spread, to occupy a lot of space. Relax your face, relax your eyes, relax your jaws, relax your tongue, lips. Relax your eyebrows, your forehead, your temples, your inner ears, and your brain. You exhale, allow the front of the brain to move away from the forehead into the floor, into the earth. Stay 1 more minute. But again, you can stay longer. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you can, but the moment you start to feel restless, it's time to come out of the pose. Now put your hands on your belly and take a few cycles of slightly deeper breath. By inhalation, you come out of Shavasana, you put some more life or energy to the body. So take your time for a few cycles of deeper, slower inhalations. And when you're ready, bend one leg with the exhalation. Then inhale, bend your other leg with the other exhalation. Inhale and exhale, roll to your right side. And put your right hand under your right temple. Left hand in front of you. Knees close to you. Okay, and from here, turn to face the floor, push your left hand to sit up, and cross your legs. You can join your hands in front of your chest, close your eyes, just observe, reflect for a few moments on the effect of this practice. What do you feel now in the body, in the mind, in the breath, compared to about 1 hour ago when we started? Yoga should always take you to a quiet state, to chitta vritti nirodha. Mind should be quiet like a lake, like a quiet lake which is transparent. And then you can see deep inside. Deep into yourself. Okay, so inhale, exhale, head down. And this is all for this class. Thank you, and namaste.